I can hear you, Dr. Compton.
Okay, I couldn't tell if my mic was working or not. I guess we'll wait another 2 or 3 minutes, and apparently I'm the chair today, so bear with me.
Yes,
Please.
sir. You'll do just fine.
We'll get through it, whether I do it well or not.
So far, I've got you and, excuse me, Dr. Sawyer on.
Dr. Upchurch is planning on joining, and I think that is it as far as TAC members.
That still gives you a quorum if Dr. Upchurch joins. I'll let you know as soon as he is. It's not
All
quite
right.
1 o'clock and we're still clearing the waiting room.
At the door just in case somebody comes walking down the hall loud.
Dr. Compton, it is 1 o'clock and the waiting room is cleared, but I do not see Dr. Upchurch yet. Do you? Oh, here he comes. Spoke too
right.
soon. Give it just a moment and he should be on, and I'll turn it over to you.
All right. Aaron, I think we're all here. So is it okay if I go ahead and start?
You are. You beat me to my mute button.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Steve Compton. I'm not Matt Burchett, and I've been asked to chair the meeting today, so I'll stumble through it somehow. Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. And we've already established a quorum because Dr. Upchurch and Dr. Sawyer are on. That gives us 3 in case we have to make any earth-shattering decisions. I'll call for a motion to approve the minutes from February meeting.
So move.
All right.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Aaron, you got who did all that?
Yes, sir.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any of the 3 of us opposed? All right, old business. Visas. We've discussed this a time or two. We'll get you to respond on how the new portal's working and any ongoing issues and has everything been resolved? And
Hi, Dr. Compton. I'm Shelley Granger. I'm with Avisus and I'm representing today. So we've been hearing only good things about the portal as of late. So everything is corrected. The lab link is working. EOPs are available. IT is pushing eligibility updates regularly, daily. So unless there's any concerns from you all, things have been going great.
I think at least in our office, it's going well now.
Good.
Dr. Sawyer and Dr. Upchurch are nodding their heads, so.
I think we're okay.
Yeah. All right. On to the March Vision eyewear. I think Dr. Upchurch brought this up last time and we made a recommendation to the MAC. But where do we stand on them getting a fitting kit? Gary, you probably have been on it, more involved with this than the rest of us.
Well, I have been involved with some talks with Krista, who is a UHC head of Medicaid in Kentucky, specifically about the lab work as much as anything. I don't know about I haven't talked to her about the frame kits.
Yeah, so this
Jen-
is Jennifer Hicks. I'm with United Healthcare March Vision. We would have to have a lab in order to have the frame kit go hand in hand, right? So we, as you know, we continue to push for that and are working to try to get the lab relationship. We're not quite there yet, but we continue to work on that. As far as reasonable reimbursement rates, we have been working with providers to get upgraded in their fee schedules from when we first initiated business there. So we have been working on that. We are now proactively reaching out to providers that haven't had any type of increase in their fee schedule. So we are currently working that route now. So all things are in motion. We hope to, be able to update you more on lab progress as we have that. We just right now are still waiting on trying to get a Medicaid ID and work through all of those things there.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jennifer. And this is Greg from UHC. So I've been in discussions with the March Vision team and along with Krista. And so we are working with our DMS partners to find a solution to making sure that we have Classic enrolled as a Medicaid provider. We believe that we might have found a new path to make that happen. And so we are working with our DMS partners on that. So I don't have a final update today, but we will keep you informed as to what we're doing. It is something that we are prioritizing in our business for sure.
Okay, we'll just, Sarah, if you'll keep that on the agenda for our next meeting.
I have a question on that, Steve.
Okay, go ahead.
I know there was some problem, and I don't know what the issue was with DMS because of the lab that y'all wanted to use was out of state. Is there still an issue with that as far as someone from DMS responding to that?
Yeah, so the labs that we utilize is Classic Optical, and they're located in Ohio. I know Greg and some other folks from our team have been working to see how we can get around that. We're not sure how other carriers are utilizing the lab relationship there, but our lab relationship happens to be with Classic at this time.
Right. There's only one other I guess, vision contractor that works with the other MCOs. And of course, they have a lab within Kentucky. So is that a requirement that DMS has, that it be a Kentucky lab? What is the?
So I think, I don't believe that's going to be a prohibitor for us. What I think it is, I think the department, at least the enrollment division, I believe that they view labs as a very specific type of organization. So I believe they view labs as an organization that receives human specimen and treats that, So they're looking at labs as just a testing facility. When we use the term lab, we are talking about manufacturing of frames, right? So those are two different things. So what we are doing now, we're working with our DMS partners to change the way we have applied for Medicaid registration. And so we did it similar to how the competitor organization, how they have registered. And so I'm optimistic that this will work for us. So I don't believe that being out of state will be a disqualifier.
Okay. In the meantime, Greg, I mean, is there, I mean, I know there's a quick solution to this, but I don't know that it's financially reasonable for March. And that would be until you do get a lab going that you just pay the Medicaid vision fee schedule for lenses and frames, and you'll get all the doctors providing. I hate to see in the meantime these kids, and it's been going on for 4 years, these kids continue to be, and I'm sure while we're talking right now, this is happening. A kid that desperately needs the glasses are not getting them provided and turned away because that doctor can't afford to accept the reimbursement level. And, you know, in the meantime, there ought to at least be a patch of some sort.
That's where I was stating, Dr. Upchurch, is that we are proactively reaching out to providers to work on their fee schedules. So we are in the process of doing that now.
So is that on an individual basis, or is that
It
a broad
is
blanket reach out?
It's an individual basis, as all of our contracts are individually contracted by 10. So we're reaching out to all the 10s to proactively.
All right.
Anything else? Go ahead.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, I don't know that immediately makes a fix for the child that's coming into somebody's office today that they don't have the lab work ready for them. So, but I understand they're working hard on it, but you know, it's just been a long time coming.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I will tell you that we've got some different folks involved that haven't been involved up to this point. And so I think systemically we're going to get this solved. And I think that's going to be the best long-term scenario for us. So that's where we're trying to keep our energies and attention, because I do believe that a systemic fix is going to fix it for all of Kentucky, not just individual providers. And so I look forward to that.
Right.
All right. We'll discuss it again. When's our next meeting? August? So that's,
Yeah.
that, hopefully it's resolved before then.
Agreed. And if we do make progress from now until then, we will let you know. So we'll be sure to communicate that out.
All right, thank you. Any other comments? Any other old business that doesn't have to be on the agenda? Okay, new business. I think both of these items are things I sent in. This has happened before, and it's happened again recently with the EPSDT. That's close. We all know what I'm talking about. I think we have to get a PA for that. And then when we get paid, we sometimes get paid for the frame and the lenses and the dispensing fee, but not the polycarbonate or all the things that are required, the UV and the scratch coat and all that sort of stuff. And I think when Miranda saw this, she's reached out to us and she's working on this latest, I'll say episode. But I'd like to, be nice to get it fixed so it doesn't happen over and over. It's pretty frustrating and you know, waste of our time trying to straighten it out. So I don't know, Shelley, or who wants to respond?
Yes. Hi, Dr. Compton. We are making a fix for that in our system. It's in testing right now. And so that should not take place again. I know we had the one claim that we need to reprocess for your office. And so as soon as that testing is completed, we'll be doing that for you. And that shouldn't be a concern going forward.
It sometimes gets, you know, it's like, oh, this is EPSDT. This is going to be, you know, you just dread doing it.
Well, for the foster population, there should not even be a prior auth required. So.
All right. Okay, anybody, any other comments on that? And then the next one I had of DMS, we had, and I've got Cindy Holman, most of you know her in here, because I don't know about billing. We called for explanation of a, what kind of code?
It's just, it could be various codes. There's program codes, there's, this certain kind of program code, QZP, all the numbers and the letters. We had one we were not familiar with,
Okay,
so we called DMS to get what the benefits
Yeah.
were for the member, and we got transferred 6 times. And the last person we spoke to, she told our staff member here, she had no idea. She said, "Why don't you just Google that?" That's
so
what I do. That's what she said. That's what she told us.
did y'all hear that? We called to get explanation on a program code we weren't familiar with. And were transferred 6 different times and ended back up with the original person who then just told us to Google it. So if DMS doesn't know what the program codes are, it's tough to figure it
It'd be
out.
nice to be able to go somewhere and
Yeah.
see what all that is.
Yeah, if
There's
they had a somewhere where you could just look it up. I don't know the answer, and I sure don't know the program codes.
That's frustrating.
But this is we spent a lot of staff time and got no answer. I don't know if anybody's on here from DMS, or I see Justin. The floor is yours, Justin. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. No, that's, I appreciate it. That's very concerning, obviously. So I'm assuming that you all called the provider, hotline that we have established through our billing contractor, Gainwell, and got those responses. So, I apologize for that. I'm gonna, that's what we contract with them for, is to go over, those, EOBs for, individual fee for service members. Of course, if it was a member that had a managed care organization, that would be a little bit different, because the benefits may be different. Although, if you call and ask for like a bottom line, what's going to be covered in the fee schedule and how is this covered, we can certainly, they should be able to tell you all that too. So without knowing exactly what was asked and exactly who you talked to, it would be hard for me to really understand that. But I would love to have you all send me the number you called and who you talked to, if you have that, what questions you had. If there's ever a time where that you experience that again, we want to know about it, so that we can correct that. And you are absolutely right. We will have those answers for you. And I apologize that they were not easy to get. But if we know about it, then we can correct it and make them easy for you to get in the future. So I'm going to send you an email address that if that happens again, or if you would allow us to kind of look into what happened on that particular case, we would certainly be
Okay,
interested in talking to our contractor to see what happened, why it happened, and which employee told you to Google something, because that's not acceptable and that's not something that we would um, allow. So if you'll just get with me on that, and then
we got a camera.
I'll give you my
Okay.
my email, of course, as always, and then I will have our
So these are contractors then that it's not actually the DMS.
That's correct. Yeah. So we contract with a billing company, and so that company, as part of that contract, has a provider representative, provider representatives, and that and they may actually be 2 separate contracts. We may do one for billing and one for provider consultation, but we do contract with a group of or a company that's supposed to provide all provider types with that type of detailed information when you call. So I'm not sure what happened or the phone number, but again, if you'll just send me the details of what happened. You know, every once in a while we'll get, and there's a lot of numbers. So, you know, it could have been a phone number that went to something different. It could have been a new employee. Maybe it was, you know, I don't know, but we'll get to the bottom of it.
6 new employees.
Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of it and get it corrected one way or the other. Not
Okay.
us for that.
All right.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, Cindy wants to ask a question.
Can I ask a question?
You can always ask a question.
Okay, is there somewhere on the portal that we can go to find out what these program codes mean, what their benefits are under these certain codes? Because we have a list that we keep here we handwrite that we've got from over the years. Because there's program code, you know, XYZQP with a 5 and 05 and 9. I mean, there's just all these codes with so many different. We don't know. We can't keep up. I mean, is there somewhere we can go see what those are to know what the patient's benefits are as far as eyewear and?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have, as part of that same contracting process, we have individuals that are supposed to be able to reach out and provide one-on-one training on how to access that information and how to understand it. And then we have different places you can go to look at the fee schedules and what type of coverage they have versus the fee schedule and what you know, what benefits they may have. So if you'll I'll send me an email on the Division of Healthcare Policy email or you can send it to me personally, and we'll have a member reach out, a member of that staff reach out and set up some individualized training to go over that. And again, and I don't, you know it off the top of my head, the post, but we have contracted billing rules. We have benefits, explanations, and all those different things available on the websites there, accessible, and those staff members can go over those individually with you so that you can see exactly where to get that information from.
So it is listed on the portal. I can go somewhere and see if.
You can go somewhere and see that. Yeah, just I don't
Okay.
know exactly.
We
I'd have to
have
have them
never-
show you. Yeah.
Just
Okay.
got, but they can show us then because we haven't found it.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Justin.
Absolutely.
Any other new business?
Steve, I hate to keep pounding on this, but I'd like to back up just a second on this lab thing with March Vision. And Justin was just on there, and maybe he can help with this because I was wanting to get somebody from DMS to actually respond to this. Is there any way possible that Medicaid department can help March Vision expedite this lab approval? I mean, it's not affecting me because I negotiated 4 years ago and I did something that I could live with, but it is affecting a lot of others. Is there any way possible that you all can help expedite this to get a lab available for the recipients in the state of Kentucky? I mean, ASAP, but I mean, instead of, dragging on for another 3 or 4 years.
Chelsea, you have your hand up, so.
Hi, yes, good afternoon. Thank you. My name is Chelsea Agee, and I am the contract monitoring branch manager. And I just wanted to let you all know that I have put in a request with our provider enrollment team to expedite this application. So I'm waiting for a response from them. I just recently did that because my branch has just come onto this issue. United Healthcare has been working with us, just trying to get this rectified as soon as possible. So that request has been sent. As soon as I get an update from that team, I'm happy to follow up with this group and let you all know the outcome.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. That's comforting to know.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. We understand the importance of making sure this gets done quickly and servicing our members. So anything we can do to help facilitate that, we're happy to do that.
Thank you.
And just to kind of let you all know that it is a different situation. For fee for service, we do the lenses and frames. You know, it's totally different. We allow the MCOs, as long as they're as long as they're providing those services, to kind of provide them in a different way. And what makes it difficult is that this provider type is different, therefore, than what we normally have enrolled. So I see Miss Jennifer Dudinsky, who is the director for program integrity, has her hand raised right now. So Jennifer.
If she's muted or,
And to get that expedited as soon as possible. Can you all not
Jennifer,
hear me?
We can hear you right now. We didn't hear you before. We hear you now.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. My mic has been acting up a little bit. I just wanted to reiterate, Chelsea said she sent that over to the team. I had not been aware of the situation, but I will check on it and we will make sure that we do our part to expedite that as quickly as possible for you all.
Perfect. Thank you all so much.
thank you. Any other new business or old business? The next item is general discussion, so I don't know if someone had something they wanted to bring up, or maybe that just needs to be in there just in case. Nothing?
Justin has his hand raised.
Okay.
Yeah, I did want to say that we are still working on the 2025 fee schedules. I apologize that we haven't, we like to have those out usually in February to March. So they went through a kind of a different review process with all the different legislation and everything else going on. So as soon as we have the new vision fee schedule and the contact lens fee schedules, we will let you all know, and we'll get those updated as soon as possible. And we are trying to get those up through the approval process as soon as we can. I just want to give y'all a quick update on those.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Okay, the recommendations on the last TAC, we voted to recommend to the MAC that all of the MCOs have a frame kit for the patients to choose from, and the recommendations. Have we gotten a response? And I don't know when the response came, but I just saw it today. Did anybody else get that?
They were emailed out on the 24th.
Okay. Yeah, that's on here. So I don't know how I missed it, but anyway, it's basically what was said earlier. The MCOs have the flexibility to design how benefits are administered, and the department's not a party to any of those obligations between the MCOs and providers. But it says that they will make sure that all the MCOs are aware of this request and encourage them to implement as many flexibilities as possible to better serve recipients. So we did get a response, and it sounds, from all the other discussion, it sounds like everybody at March has a frame kit, right? We use our own stuff off our board, but so it sounds like that's in the works. Any other comments on our recommendation to the MAC? And the next MAC meeting is May the 22nd. We're already getting agendas for that. And I will attend. My term is expired and I'll be replaced in July. So I will attend this one. And after 8 years on the MAC, I've enjoyed it and learned a lot, but I've got one more meeting. Anything else?
Isn't there a new Mac and back and some other stuff I saw from Aaron the other day?
Yes. it's gotta be, it's a different way of appointing members. There's gonna be beneficiaries on the MAC. They'll have their, if I understand it, a separate beneficiary advisor committee, and some of them will also serve on the MAC. And that's just, if I understand it correctly, that's all a federal, that will be nationwide.
That
Somebody
is
on-
correct.
Okay.
I was looking to see if there was someone on to dress. You pretty much hit the nail on the head. There will be a new beneficiary. Justin, if you'd like to, you're
Yeah,
welcome
sure,
to.
sure,
Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah. So that is correct. So it's going to be a little different. There'll be a few more members on the MAC, and then but overall, it's just really a creation of adding a back, which will have actual Medicaid members as advisors and advise on the advisory committee. The tax will remain exactly the same. They will not change, and this is all federally mandated, so every state will be doing this. We didn't really have a choice in it, and it's just really kind of expanding the amount of, I guess, advisory committees that we have to include some that have actual member representatives on it. Everything else from the tax is going to kind of remain the same, and the MAC's going to grow a little bit.
And I think the commissioner appoints the new members instead of the governor.
That's correct. Yes, the commissioner of Medicaid will appoint those new members instead of the governor's office, and as terms expire, they'll appoint new members.
And there's term limits too now, I think.
There are, and again, all of that is from federal guidance. There will be term limits where we used to not have those before. We submitted comments back about some of the issues we felt with term limits, but that's still in place.
Yes, it takes a little while just to kind of get the feel of what's going on.
Yep.
And then if you term out, but I get it. Any other comments on the MAC or the back, or any other TAC comments? All right, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. This may be our quickest meeting in history. I guess that's a good sign. I think Dr. Upchurch may have made the motion, but he's muted.
I will make the motion to adjourn in my voice now instead of muting.
Second.
Yeah, we got a second from Dr. Sawyer. All in favor, say aye. All right, we're adjourned. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
bye.
you, everybody. Have a good afternoon.
Bye.